October 19, 3:27 p.m., the Wright & Company Law Offices. We are back, you guys! Here we go again with Phoenix Wright. Still cracking away with the Turnabout Samurai case. This one has been significantly longer, I guess, than the previous two. Well, the first one was just a courtroom drama. But this one has, I think this has gone longer than the Turnabout Sisters one. But that's fine, because last time was riveting with some of those plot twists. I have to actually give the game mega credit for addressing a little, what I thought was a plot hole, but now it actually makes all sense. As you recall, last time we were able to crack that A, the Steel Samurai did not win in its fight, so the Steel Samurai did not kill Jack Hammer. B, the Steel Samurai most likely was Jack Hammer. He was in the costume, actually. That's why he got killed. And C, the murder took place at Studio 2, not Studio 1, which means someone made a huge cover-up by taking him to Studio 1 and putting him in the Steel Magistrate costume. Now, the plot hole that, I don't remember if I addressed this, but I did kind of think about it at some point, that's kind of odd. They made such a big hullabaloo about the security camera, which captures a photo of anyone who passes by. And if you'll notice, there never was any talk about a photo of Mr. Hammer. And thought that was kind of weird, honestly. There's so much focus on the fact that everyone who passes it has to have been pictured, so only these people can be there. Yet there wasn't a photo of Mr. Hammer going to Studio 1, even though he had to have passed by there as well. Now, I guess I just thought to myself, well, maybe, they're just not talking about the photo of him because it's so obvious that, of course, there's a photo of him going to the lot that there's no point bringing that up, and, he's the guy killed, so I didn't really, think too much about that. I just went along with it. But no, the fact that, that actually is a relevant question, which is answered by the fact that it was Mr. Hammer in the samurai costume. That is when he actually passed by that camera. Great stuff on that front from the game. I'm super impressed. But now we need to carry on. We need to figure out... We need to do more investigation about this revelation involving Mr. Hammer. And apparently we need to bust the real killer. I guess that will absolve Mr. Powers of blame. I already talked about this at the end of last episode. It doesn't seem super relevant to me from a pure realistic point, but from a story standpoint, of course we want to bust the real killer, I'm willing to go with that ride, even if I feel like we should have won by now, but it's fine, you guys. It's a story. In this case, I think it's worth it to have bend reality a little bit like that. Anyway, here we are back at the office. Oh, that was a close one, huh, Mia?
Really? Too bad. I'm sorry I missed it.
Oh, that's funny. Is it the... Huh? Right, okay, so yeah, I kind of figured this gag would be coming right here somehow. Had the inkling that we've had Mia for such a long time now. It'd be about time for her spirit to return to the nether realm for a hot minute. Maya!
So, what happened?
Oh, well, I think I've got a pretty good idea who did it. Now all I need is a motive and proof.
Wow, good going, Nick.
By the way, I don't think have I mentioned this previously. When Elixir was over, when we did that one episode of this, I speculated that the reason Phoenix has the nickname Nick is just because it's a nickname. It's a very kind of self-demonstrating thing, that Nick. But no, I just realized... the name Nick is in Phoenix. Phoenix. That's probably actually where he gets the nickname Nick. Actually, now that I think about it. It's just kind of cute. I like it. Anyway. Under the initial trial system, tomorrow is the last day we have. Right, the whole thing about you only have so many days. What happens if it's inconclusive at the end of the last day? Is this really just, guilty unless proven innocent, which is a little messed up? I don't know.
Initial trial? What's that?
That's the new court system they introduced 2 or 3 years ago. They had so many cases in the system, they decided to speed the whole process up.
So under that system, trials have to end in 3 days?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, we've no time to waste. Alright. Once again, we can examine our office. That's kind of cute. That always this just resets. Maybe there's something new here. You never know. I mean, when we were here with Mia, we got some fun trivia about this place. Well, Mia possessing Maya, you know, of course, you know. It's a nice day outside. The hotel across the way is always full these days. There's the bellboy, happily cleaning the room. Okay, well that dialogue I'm pretty sure is the same one we've already had several times now. How about a not nice day? For once in a change, you know? Oh boy, it's raining there. Cats and dogs even. Whoa. Anyway. Mia's favorite potted plant. Maya has been watering it so much lately it looks a little swollen. She's either trying to make it grow, or she's perfecting her water torture technique. Yeah, we've heard that one too. A poster of an old movie that Mia liked. I was thinking I should go see it myself. Then I realized that the poster doesn't actually say the title of the movie. Mia's desk. Actually, it's my desk now. Sitting here always makes me feel like a professional. There's a horrendous amount of legal books here. Scarier still is the thought that I have to read all of these now. Okay, so nothing new, unfortunately, this time. That time we got Mia here to comment on the movie, that was pretty funny, that was worth it, so I'll go through these whenever possible, just in case there's something fun new here to get with these examinations, but, you know, guess we just gotta live with the fact that sometimes they just reset and you get the same stuff. Oh well. I don't get it, Maya. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the Steel Samurai costume?
What? You mean Mr. Hammer was wearing the costume?
Oh yeah, I guess you haven't really heard about this. Yeah!
But Mr. Hammer was the victim, Nick. Why would he go through the trouble of stealing it?
That's what we have to find out. Indeed, very mysterious, indeed.
What happened with the director's testimony?
Well, it's pretty clear that the producer and the director were both in the trailer.
Huh.
Which means that the killer has to be one of them. Indeed, let's not forget that that is actually where the killing happened. So, yeah.
Really? Why?
Because the real scene of the crime was Studio 2, where that trailer is. You know, this is kind of fun, talking to Maya to get this. Like, this is a real good recap of all the important points we found out last time. I wonder if this is kind of like, you know, we got that big ending, that to be continued, and the moment to save the game. I wonder if this is set up like this so that someone maybe turned off the game and comes back to this way later, which is technically what I did. And this is like here to give you just a recap of all the important, like, new revelations in the story. I think that's very neat.
What?
Huh. Was Maya always this excitable? Alright, Maya, give me some ideas. Well, have you noticed anything that might help us?
I can't see what's going on when Mia is here. So, no, I haven't noticed anything.
Right.
Maybe we should go talk to WP?
WP Powers, right. Yeah, we should probably swing by the detention center. Ask him a little bit about him and Mr. Hammer, I guess. So that seems like a good idea. Let's see. I guess I'll go through these items, you never know. Okay, Maya. I don't know, it's an autopsy report. It seems important. Who would have thought that it was Jack Hammer inside? But why did he steal it? That's what I have to figure out.
Huh?
Okay, that was kind of funny. Okay, Maya, fine.
I wish I had my own samurai spear. Just think, I could poke you as much as I wanted.
Me? Why me? Well, we'll just leave that unanswered. Oh, that's kind of funny. Oh, nothing to say about Mr. Monkey's head? Oh, well. What do you think about this? It's that fanboy's prized possession.
Wow! Impressive! Huh. It's a little different from the Steel Samurai on TV.
These are mostly taken at those PR shows they do at stores and fairs. I'm pretty sure it's not even Will Powers inside that suit.
No true fan would be satisfied with anything less than the real thing. He's still a child, I suppose. I guess it takes an adult to appreciate the real deal, right, Nick?
Yeah, whatever you say. That was really funny. her weird enthusiasm, very funny. This is Cody's.
Hey, a digital camera! I'm impressed a kid like him would have something this expensive. Kids these days...
I don't imagine spirit mediums in training get a lot of toys. Alright, well those were pretty funny, those little notes. Thanks to our viewer who, in a previous episode, gave the tip that there are totally optional things you can get just by, like, interacting with all the characters, with everything. I kinda had that inkling that that's what would happen in a game like this, so definitely worth it to have these little moments. Just go through everything we can. Now let's go to the detention center, chat up Mr. Powers, and then prepare to investigate the studio once again. By the way, you know, you'll notice that Phoenix was just like, it has to be either the director or the producer who killed Mr. Hammer. They've said several times that there were other people there at the studio, the bigwigs, quote-unquote. I know it's a little odd that these people are not being considered as the killer at all, but I think it's a clear sign of, you know, story conservation. You can't, like, have too many characters, especially when it's already a convoluted, in a good way, I don't mean that as a critique, but, you know, a complicated, complex plot with, like, a lot of mystery to solve. Adding too many acting parties into it would make it very, very kind of muddle it up and make it even more difficult to follow, and just kind of like lose the cohesion of the story to some extent. So I totally understand and I respect that choice. It's a little incongruous, the idea that you'd leave a bunch of witnesses to the scene of the crime, or, like, you know, bystanders like that, just leave them out of the cards as potential murderers. But from the story standpoint, it makes perfect sense. I'm totally fine that we're now focusing on just these two characters to really kind of make the, you know, make it a little just easier our job to, like, try and suss out what the truth is by just focusing on figuring out which of these two the killer is. I mean, still, they could throw us a curveball, and it is someone else indeed. But, you know, just at least, like, the idea is for us not to focus too much on these miscellaneous bigwig characters, if you get my drift. Anyway, let's carry on here.
Mr. Wright, you did very well again today. Thank you.
Oh, thanks. Could you not look like you're about to burst into tears?
Wow, Nick, you must have really wowed him in there.
Wow, wee wow. And could you wipe that grin off your face?
Hey, WP, only 1 day left. Let's make it count.
Don't be so cheerful about this, Maya. This is very do or die now. I mean, it's always been very do or die, I suppose, but, you know.
Yes, though there's not really anything I can do to help.
I'm not really sure what I can do either.
Please, this is no laughing matter. Alright, this one's always easy to examine, this place. There's only, like, the camera and this dude. This guard monitors the visitor's room. He seems frozen in awe of Will Powers. Oh man, I wonder if they'll also have a funny gag in the next case as well. Just like, do they always come up with dumb like explanations for why the guard is not animated at all? That'd be really funny. Smile for the camera. Alright. So, WP. Yeah, good idea. Let's ask about all these now. Characters here. Could you tell me more about Ms. Vasquez?
Oh, the producer? She's well respected in the industry. They say she's a genius.
A genius?
She's been at Global Studios for 5 years now. Right or wrong, nobody dares tell her different these days.
Why is that?
Ever since she came on board, we've had nothing but hits. Global Studios was on its knees, but she picked it up and made it shine. Oh, and,
And what?
Nothing. Forget it. I've only heard rumors anyhow.
No, wait a second. That sounds incredibly important. Hold the damn phone. Fine, we'll just let that slip for now. Can you tell me anything about Mr. Manila?
Oh, he used to be a minor straight-to-video director. But something in his work caught Vasquez's eye. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Now everyone knows the name Salmonella. I hear he's pretty much at her beck and call, though. Whenever she says jump, he asks how high, and all that.
I can imagine him being at her beck and call, though I can't imagine him jumping. He did not seem like the most athletic man in the world, now did he? That's kind of funny. Interesting. Very interesting. It might be nothing, it might be a red herring, but... so the Steel Samurai was Vasquez's idea, but Manila directed it. We'll just file that under interesting. Or possibly curious. Maybe even peculiar. Maybe not, that's not quite peculiar level. We'll leave it on interesting and curious.
I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. He was a big star back in the day, right? But then he just dropped off the face of the earth.
Oh, yes, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started in this business.
Wow. You know, he keeps awfully youthful, that Mr. Hammer. Or kept, I should say. He looks younger than Mr. Powers.
But he just stopped taking on big roles. That's when he began appearing in little productions at Global.
How could he do that? I was really looking forward to a sequel to Samurai Summer.
He just gave up being a star 5 years ago. Actually, now that I think about it, that was right when Ms. Vasquez came to Global.
5 years ago. Alright, this is really getting muddied up. Very curious. Did Mr. Hammer... You may recall, end of last episode, my theory was that Mr. Hammer was not happy at being relegated from the big roles he had, and my theory was that he was in the samurai costume to try and show off his abilities, to be like, look, I can still be a big star. Mr. Powers just made it sound like he actually did willingly step down from being like the main hotshot actor, so my theory might be blown, except... if it has something to do with Ms. Vasquez, was it voluntary? I don't know, it could just be a coincidence, you know. They might be, again, red herringing us with a coincidence that Ms. Vasquez showed up just when Mr. Powers... Mr. Hammer was done being the main role guy, but...
Excuse me, thank you for showing me that, whatever it is. I wish I could think of some way for me to help you. Sorry.
Okay. I'm gonna assume, yeah. Ooh. I'm gonna have to scroll through those ones real quick. Ah, here we go. Here's that picture again.
Is that really Jack Hammer inside that suit?
He's the only one who it could have been.
But why would he?
Yeah, why?
You're the medium. Why don't you summon up Mr. Hammer's spirit and ask him yourself?
Give me about 3 more years.
Oh, look at us, the two novices. Okay, I love it. Like, we've done this once already, like, explained why we can't just cheat with Maya's powers. But, okay, good that we got that call out again, then, you know, she can't actually do something that demanding. Okay, nothing about the studio lot map. No, that's fine. How about your spear? Regarding the murder weapon...
Yes?
Is it heavy, that spear?
It's pretty hefty, yeah. I don't think an average person would be able to swing it around effectively.
Now see, this one pings me off as, again, weirdly unrealistic. You'd think they'd make a prop spear be super lightweight. Maybe they're going for realism, you know, the way like in like Lord of the Rings films, they have like actual chainmail made by like smiths and stuff, I guess. But I feel like a more on the cheap show would just go for easy props and just try to make it look authentic with acting.
And that's the spear that broke or something during the morning run-through?
Oh yes, I goofed on a round kick, you see. I broke the spear. The security lady fixed it for me right away, though.
With duct tape, we heard.
I feel like the reason they're talking about this heavy thing is that they're trying to throw us off with Ms. Vasquez and Mr. Manella. I think both of them are being implied that they're like not athletically gifted enough to use this spear, so we're just supposed to be scratching our heads like wait, which one was it? You know, which of those two did it? Of course, okay, well, we've gotten some shade on Mr. Manella's athletics, but I guess we haven't really discussed Ms. Vasquez. She looks skinny as a reed, but, you know, we don't know how strong she is, so I'm suspecting you, Ms. Vasquez. Nothing to say about the monkey head? Fair enough. How about this cool book with pictures of you? Nice! I kind of felt like this might have a little extra thing. Have you seen this, Mr. Powers?
What's that? I've never seen these steel samurais in my life.
These are the steel samurais that appear at the live shows. A fanboy collected all these pictures himself.
Huh. Seeing things like this really makes me think. I mean so much to these kids, you know?
Yeah, I suspected it might go there showing this. He's such a big-hearted guy, this dude. I feel really bad for the situation he's in. Oh, nothing about the camera? That's fine. Alright, so I think we got some good facts here talking to Mr. Powers. A little bit about the relationships between these, our suspects and the victim. Like, good stuff to chew on, so oops, that's the wrong thing. What are we doing? We're moving, right. We're going to the studios next. Ah, Ms. Oldbag, looking as chipper as every day. So glad to see you again.
The old windbag sure is quiet today. You know, this place is really peaceful like this. Nick, I think her guard's down.
Yeah?
I bet we could even eat those donuts in the guard station, if we wanted.
You eat, you die.
Whew, she's alive.
That was kind of cute. Alright, what's shaking at the studio lot today? We got this cool van. Looks like a studio van. They probably use it to carry around film equipment. The main entrance to the studios. They probably have a police officer on patrol out there. Makes sense. An overhead map of the studios. Right from here is the employee area. To the left are the actual film studios. I guess that's why I've been so messed up by when they talk about right and left, because I keep imagining that we're facing from the main gate, but since the camera is faced like this, yes, from this angle, the employee area is to the right and to the left are the studios. But I feel like you would automatically orient when like thinking like facing from the gate. Not to mention facing from this overhead map we talked about, you know? I guess I'm just too like directionally obsessive like that, I don't know. The computer that runs studio security cameras. Huh? It looks like it's been turned off for the day. Curious detail. The security guard station. Ms. Oldbag must like junk food. There's a mountain of it on the desk in there. I can see the computer that runs the security cameras. Yup. Alright, so nothing new here, really, I don't think. So, Ms. Oldbag, let's get your testimony on our various players in the plot now. I was wondering about Dee Vasquez, the producer. Oh, the studio bigwigs love her. So she always gets her way. She seems bitter.
Do you not like the producer?
Look, the studio people don't want me talking about her, so sorry. Curious that. Too bad we can't get her to open up anymore on that. Can I ask you about Salmonella, the director? Sal? He's soft, a pushover. Does whatever Vasquez tells him to. She treats him like dirt, but I think he likes it.
Huh? Why would anyone like being treated like dirt?
You'd be surprised. There is a market for that.
That doesn't make any sense, does it, Nick?
No, it doesn't, Maya. Ooh, sounds like Phoenix has been on the internet a couple of times. About Mr. Hammer. I heard about what you said today, cheeky whippersnapper. Poor old Hammer. You'd drag his star down from the sky and stomp on it. Calling him a criminal, a thief. I won't forget this. Uh-oh, she's really pissed this time. You listen to me, whippersnapper. My poor old Hammer would never do such a thing. Why would he steal Powers' costume so he could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low. It's impossible. Okay, I forgot that she's like a turbo huge Hammer fan, so yeah, I guess that is how she would roll. Let's calm down. Tell me what you think about this. Miss Oldbag, what do you think of this? Think? I'm not in the mood for thinking, thank you very much. Okay, well this is kind of fun. We at least have Phoenix interacting here. Miss Oldbag? What? Get that filth out of my sight! And you're claiming that's poor old Hammer in there? And I thought you were such an innocent youth. Blah. Miss Oldbag. Oh boy. Nothing about the spear? You're the one who fixed it. Oh well. Nothing about the head? Okay. You can't even admire these pictures? This camera, you were chasing that kid around. Okay, fine, it was just a picture. Fine. There's a lot of places to go to in the studio at the moment, by the way. Let's go to the employee area first. And I think the studios will check out last. If I'm guessing right, Ms. Vasquez will probably be found still in Studio 2 trailer, so I don't know. I don't know why I feel like leaving her last, but I kinda got that inkling.
I guess they're not filming today either. I did want to see them filming, just one time.
This trial will be over and done by tomorrow. You can come see them film later.
I guess. This is where you found that bottle of sleeping pills, right?
Uh-huh.
I wonder if there are any other clues lying around.
No! No touching!
Whee!
Uh-oh. Cool, I'll take Gumshoe. Sure, that's fine with me. I was like, I wonder what character we'll meet here today. Like, maybe we'll find Penny here. But okay, Gumshoe's fine.
Oh, sorry, pal. Didn't mean to frighten you.
Didn't mean? I almost had a heart attack.
I guess I can be a little dramatique at times.
Ooh, dramatique.
I suppose it's the actor in me.
Dramatique indeed.
Anyway, I'm here to examine the plate on that table.
Wait, are you looking for sleeping pills?
Yeah, pal. Traces thereof.
Hey, good work. You're actually doing some really proper detective work. Glad we're on the same page, Mr. Gumshoe. That grate's still lying here.
Ah, they've seen wisdom at last. They know if they fixed it, I'd just kick it off again.
Oh, that poor assistant. Yeah, man, Maya, come on. Oh, no clues here. The grate that used to cover the drain. It's a little bent. I don't think it would fit if I tried to put it back on. Well, why'd you have to kick it so hard, Maya? Now we can't fix it. There's a half-finished backdrop for a stage here. Looks like a castle. Probably Neo-Old Tokyo Castle. Yep, that we've heard already. Then there's some funny talk about electric bicycles. Looks like one of those electric-powered bicycles. I don't know about these. I mean, what's the point?
It makes it a lot easier to go up hills.
Don't people cycle to get exercise? Yeah, we're repeating ourselves a little bit here, I know, but you know, guys, we gotta find these details, so, That must be the storage room. That's where they keep all the film equipment. Yep. The remains of the employees' lunch are scattered around. Everyone was probably too shocked to clean up. There's a T-bone on one of the plates, minus the steak. Nothing about Maya's enormous craving for T-bone steak. That's fine.